right. Terry's in the house. Joel is in the house.
Nice. What's up, Terry and Joel?
Hey guys, it's been a while since we've been on. As I mentioned previously, I got a lot going on right now with some personal stuff. So I think it's almost been a month since we've been on last. But how's it going, Joel? Or Terry? Hey, gents, missed you. We missed you guys. It's fun doing this show and meeting up with Bo and getting everybody to chime in, and it's just a fun. I do miss it. I just got to get my life in order here. So Joel's doing well. Terry's doing great. I do have some plays today, guys. It's been a while. I know that it's hard with PSA lower tiers being shut down, but I've got some plays that you can make if you want to play in the PSA regular and higher tier level. I've got some cards that I would recommend people targeting at the National. I stayed away from Chicago players, so because that stuff is normally super high at the National. But I do have there's a theme. Most of these are one type of card. But we'll get into the plays in a minute. Bo, you've been on fire on Instagram. Talk about some of the plays you've been making. Looks like you're rolling in cash over there.
Yeah, I've sold a lot of soccer. I was telling Chad before the show that I got a great offer on a gold PSA 10 Pulisic rookie that I sold right before this started, and I'm so glad I moved it because I don't think it's worth as much as it was then. He struggled a lot in the World Cup and had a PSA order just pop from PSA that I sent in at the end of March for football stuff to take to Chicago. Had 3 upcharges on it. So I got 2 Jackson Dart Silver Prism PSA 10s coming with me and a Cam Ward Silver Prism PSA 10. And had soccer. I sent in a 20-card soccer order. It was a couple days after you did the show. Chad did a show in the past about your last soccer plays. And I sent in about 20 cards, maybe a week later. But I went to Nash cards because everybody in the Discord was saying that they're running 2 months instead of 3 months. And it took about 2 months and a week. But the grades popped yesterday. So I'm in Arkansas. They're in Tennessee. So I think when they do ship it, it'll get here in a day, or it'll get here pretty quick because that's our neighbor to the east. Yeah, everything's been selling well. I've been buying some wax. I don't know. Yesterday, I got this in the mail yesterday. You know, when I shot the Arkansas-South Carolina game, I sent several images to players at South Carolina. It was, 2 girls and the coach. And then I knew Raven was going to go somewhere else. So I mailed this to the Indiana Fever office like 2 weeks ago. And I already got it back signed yesterday. That was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then, I'm dabbling with this again. I have not decided when I'm going to sell it. I've seen people, I think they're paying around $700 for the hobby boxes right now. They cost $550. I'd like to, I don't know, see if I should hold on to this a little bit longer, or just, it would be nice to have extra spending money to take me to the National. I've got 2 of those. And then I'm a Marvel nerd. So I bought 4 of the hobby boxes of the new Topps Chrome Marvel stuff. And it's not great for reselling right now, but I kind of think in December when the big Avengers movie comes out, that stuff will probably at least jump up enough. I'll probably keep 1 for a long term and sell 3, something like that.
Yeah, I got 2 of those Bo Jackson boxes too. I flipped mine already. I got $700 a piece. Took a little bit of profit and got to keep money rolling here.
Did you sell them outside of eBay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the smart thing.
Yeah, the local there's a local guy here in town that every time that I've gotten one of those boxes, he's bought them all from me. He's not a card shop; he's just a collector. Mm-hmm. And every box he's bought from me so far, he's keeping sealed. He thinks they're long-term investments. So he's just sitting on them. I think I've sold him 5 or 6 boxes of that stuff now
Nice.
for the last year or so.
They sent an email a couple of weeks ago about a chance to get some other box with the New York Knicks cover.
Yeah.
And I bought one of those, so I don't know how long it'll take to get that. But, on Knicks stuff, I did the New Yorker, but then I saw the Time Magazine Knicks cover. And my Caitlin Clark Time magazines, they were all beat to heck, and the red borders just get ugly. But I got 5 of those, and they all look great. Like, I figure if I get them sent off, maybe those will make good Christmas presents.
How did you do with your second magazine at Golden?
I got $750. Oh,
so much better than the first one.
Yeah, they haven't paid me yet, but it sold about a week ago. I keep checking my bank account. I think the first time I sold with Golden, I had to go to Stripe and hit the money to send me the payment. But then after that, I think it's on automatic because I got that other payment without doing anything. So I'm gonna maybe later today I'll check Stripe and see if that money's in there. But I gotta make a credit card payment.
Well, you are certainly on a hot streak, my friend. It's good to see. We're going to meet up in a couple of weeks at the National. If anybody else is coming and wants to say hi, let us know. I'll be there Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I got to come back. Friday's the last day of the month, and being in car sales, they frown on the manager being out of the store on the last day of the month. So I wasn't able to stay there. I got to come back and work Friday, but I'll be there Friday or Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Do you have a VIP pass?
What's that?
Did you get VIP pass?
I did. However, I'm bringing a friend with me for Wednesday, Thursday, and they do not have the VIP pass. So I don't know as though it's going to do me much good because I don't want them standing in the lobby by themselves for an hour waiting for me. I might. Depends. I'm not sure. We'll see how they feel, or I might leave them at the hotel and go and get them or something. I'm not sure.
Last year, I felt like Wednesday night was the best night on the showroom floor. And then I made most of my best moves was in the VIP room after that, for the most part, just looking to see what people had on their tables. I got some great stuff, but
I've been eBay has been hot. I don't know as though I'm going to have anything to take to the National. Everything I'm posting is selling as fast as I can possibly post it. Other than my cheap, I do a lot. I do the grinding stuff. So I recently bought a collection from a guy for $300, and there's about 1,500 cards, and they're mostly $1 to $3 a piece. So I've got like 1,200 $1 to $3 cards on my eBay store.
Oh, wow.
And that stuff takes a lot of time to post. It takes a lot of time to sell. Mm-hmm. But when they sell, I double, triple my money. It's a lot of time and effort. It's a different way to make money. But that's majority of my eBay store is my, $1 to $5 cards from collections I buy that I just grind away at. But all of my bigger dollar stuff, the graded stuff or the more expensive, say $50 plus stuff, I'm almost completely sold out of it. I had 2 PSA, really weird. So I've got a really big Wemby card sitting at PSA that I was hoping to get back for the finals. Sent it in fast service. It was supposed to be due back mid-June. It is still not back, and it's still sitting in assembly. It's been in assembly for 4 weeks. I emailed PSA. PSA said there's nothing wrong with the order. They're really sorry. It's just taking some time. I had 2 bulk orders that I mailed in 2 weeks prior to that, and they weren't due back until one was due back the middle of September and one the end of September. Those both popped. I've already got them in my hands, and I've already sold them all. I don't have any left. They're all. They sold. I did some instant offers. I did some sold directly to eBay, and then the ones that I got back, I listed on my account, and they're just boom, 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 boom. Stuff is so hot right now. It's unbelievable.
Are you running a
I wish
scanner?
I had more time to spend on my card plays right now than what,
Yeah.
with, what's going on, but not everybody else does. But if I had more time, I think this could be one of the most profitable years I've ever had in the cards. But as it turns out, it's not going to be, because I just don't have the time this summer with everything that's going on. I think it's looking like it's going to drag into September, maybe October before this all gets finished. So my next 2-3 months yet are still pretty much shot in the foot, but
Yeah.
I'm getting a few plays here and there. Still making a couple of bucks on the side, but I've got eight submissions still sitting at PSA that have to come back. So when those come back, we'll have some flips. But
Nice.
the good news is that if you saw 2.5 million cards,
Yeah.
all-time record, they're originally they were thinking the first of the year was when they were going to open up. They said they're going to open up when they get it down to 5 million cards, but they went from 14.5 million to 12 million in this first month. At that pace, they could conceivably open up end of October, early November.
Mm-hmm.
I still think by the end of the year, you're going to see PSA throw up a 3 million card graded month with the expansion that they're doing. I think you're going to see a 3 million card month before the year is out. I know Neo Cards has said the same thing. He thinks that 3 million is in the works by the end of the year as well. So
they've got to be hiring people too. So you would think that's possible.
They're hiring, they're expanding. So what the interesting thing was, the 2 submissions that I got back, my bulk orders, I got my 2 bulk orders back. They were 10 weeks from the sent out to back in my hands was 10 weeks. That's fast. I mean, that's like almost as fast as it used to be. So but then I've got 4 other orders that are, their due times are coming. Either one is past due and the other ones are coming up, and they're sitting. I've got one that's due back on July 21st, and it's not even in grading yet.
Oh, gosh.
So what I've noticed is the 2 bulk orders that came back, both came back from California. So I'm wondering if the East Coast office and the Florida office are maybe backed up more than the California office. I'm not sure, but it was interesting. Both of those came from California.
With everything going to Cali originally, that kind of makes sense, because then they'd have to ship it somewhere else and then receive it and pack it and all that.
I'm really going to be curious to see where these 2 cards, this Wemby and the 101 Bobby Witt super refractor that I sent in, I'm really interested to see where those come from, because they are now 4 weeks past due, and I paid $150 a card to have them back in 3 weeks, and it's it's going on. This is week 11.
They need to kick you back a refund on that. I mean,
well, they send every time that I've only had 4 orders in 20 years go beyond the expected date. 4, I mean, that's not bad. 4 in 20
probably
years.
Not ones you spent $150 a card on either.
No, but every single time that it's happened, I get an email from PSA stating that either the cards got lost or they got damaged, and I got paid out in all 3 other cases. I have never had one go past the expected date by this far and something not be wrong. But they sent me back an email, and because I said, are they damaged? Are they lost? No, everything is progressing fine, Mr. Gill. It's just, we're very backed up and we're sorry. Well, I mean, holy crap. I mean, that Wemby card, had I got it, if the Wemby gets a 10 and it would have came back in mid-June when he was still in the finals, that could have been a $7,000 or $8,000 card. It's serial numbered to 15.
Yeah.
It's a rose gold Topps Chrome. Rose gold Bowman Chrome The raw ones were selling for $3,500. I don't know. Now one just sold a PSA 9. A PSA 9 just sold for $1,300. So I'm thinking that them not getting this card back to me could have potentially cost me $4,000.
Yeah. Remember that red prism that you recommended like over a year ago?
Yeah.
I got 2 of them and both of them got a 10.
Awesome.
And I sold one of them for like $1,300 before the finals or before the Western finals.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I listed it right after they eliminated Oklahoma City, like 10 minutes later. And I put $2,200 on it and somebody bought it 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. It was like, thanks, Chad.
Yeah, those were 2 huge plays.
Yeah. I'm going to have, all I've got is a silver prism of his that I'm keeping, but that's probably going to be one of the main guys I shop for at the National, maybe, depending on.
His prices got so high, I let all of them. I've got the one in my PC, but all of the other ones, I had 5 of them. I let them all. I sold them all. I flipped them all. I needed the money.
Boy, my mom hates him. She's a huge Thunder fan, and she calls him Wimpy. It's hilarious. He needs to learn some self-respect and some good manners.
All right. Well, let's get into some plays as I've only got a limited amount of time today. So these are plays that you can buy and grade now at the $80 level and get returns on, or they're cards that I'm going to be targeting raw at the National where I can put my eyeball on them and see if I can't buy some raw and maybe get a little discount for cash. But here we go. Well, that one didn't work out so well. That is a blank screen. Can tell that it's been a little while since we've done this, huh?
Yeah.
Let's remove that one. All right, let's try this one. All right, there we go. So the first one up is going to be a Patrick Mahomes 2024 Uptown. So you're going to see a lot of uptowns and downtowns. They're a little bit more expensive, but these are the types of cards that you can target and still pay the $80 grading fee and be okay. So in this particular case, you can see raw most recently sold for $345. 33 sales, $331 is the 30-day average. When you go up to, we'll change this and hopefully you can see it okay on the smaller screen. The PSA 9 is at $350. So you're going to lose money on a PSA 9. PSA 10 is $725. So you're going to be shooting for that PSA 10. It does have a 42.6% gem rate. And I also think when you look at this graph on the PSA 9, that last one was $350, but the one before that was $400. So you might be closer to break even. I'm not sure why that last PSA 9 took such a big hit. Mm-hmm. I don't think that that's indicative because the the raw cards didn't take the dump like the PSA 9 did. So I think you'll be okay. But the PSA 10 makes it worthwhile at $700. And with almost a 50% gem rate, if you can lay your eyeballs on it and get a good copy of that, that's one that you can make some money on. All right, next up is a 2018 Tom Brady. This is the disco. This is a little harder card to come by because it's 2018, but they are available. And I thought if you're going to the National and you're going to be looking for diamonds in the rough or needles in the haystack, this would be a fun one to look for. Only one sale in the last 30 days. You got to go out in the last year. There's only been 6 sold on eBay. So it's about one every other month. But $60 raw is the target price. And then when you get up here to a PSA 9, oh, why doesn't it want to cooperate? There we go. So the PSA 9's $150. So you're going to make a little bit of a profit on a PSA 9, and then on a PSA 10, it's $345. So you're going to, about 3x your money on a PSA 10. There again, it's about a 35% gem rate. So not a terrible, 1 out of 3, lay your eyeballs on them. That should help you increase that percentage a little bit. But it's a fun card to look for and target, as Brady cards are always good in the market. Here's one that I thought was kind of a fun card. This is an SSP. It's not a quarterback. It's not a position player. But he was just in the public eye for the trade that took place. But Myles Garrett, 2024 Optic Sunday Kings insert. It is a short print. As you can see, $81 is the most recent sale raw. 10 sales in the last 30 days, $85 is the 30-day average. You can see that, this does not want to cooperate today. So $160 is the PSA 9. So you're going to make a little bit of money on a PSA 9. And a PSA 10 is $210. So you about double your money, but it's something different and fun and unique. It's not a quarterback or it's not a card that you feel like everybody's going to be competing against you on that type of card.
Probably the best defensive player in the league.
Yeah. Yep. So, and it's not a rookie card, so it's something that you can go after and have some fun with. Next up is a Drake May. This is the Purple Pulsar Prism rookie card. This card, as you can see, $85 most recent sale. 3 sales in the last 30 days, $87 is the 30-day average. This card, $145 in a PSA 9 and $500 in a PSA 10. 35% gem rate on a PSA 10. And I think you're going to see the Drake May stuff really rise over the course of the next, 4 to 6 weeks as the season starts. That stuff's going to only go up. So that's a card you can get into and I think make a little bit of money on. All right, next up we have Jackson Dart. You were just talking about your 2 PSA 10 silvers that you got. I didn't recommend the silver because it's too hard to get a PSA 10, and then you go and wreck that by saying you were 2 for 2.
2 for 3.
2 for 3.
Yeah.
But the hollow here is a card you can make some money on. It at $28 is the last sale. There are 132 sales of these in the last 30 days. So this is a card that's really liquid, really available, lots of options. The 30-day average is only $22. So a very easy card to obtain, a very easy card to get graded. you're going to pay $20, $30. You're going to lose about $30 on a PSA 9. You can see how the 9 here has dropped. I would anticipate that 9 is going to be back up to $100+ come preseason. Just a prediction.
Yeah.
But so I'm not too worried about that. But $399 or $390 on a PSA 10. So you can take $20 cards. You'll have $100 in it. With grading and shipping, maybe 120, and you can get $400 back on a card that has about a 30% gem rate. Again, that's a nice little play that you can make. All right. We got 5 left here. Who do we got next? Uptown. We have a Brock Purdy Uptown. This is the 2025. It is the Uptowns are short prints, $185, 76 sales in the last 30 days. 30-day average is $200. This is a card that, again, is very easy to find, even for a short print or what's supposed to be a short print. They don't seem to be too hard to find. But take a look at this. You can pay $200 for a raw one, pay your grading fee, and $313. So you're gonna break even, maybe make a tad. As you can see, this has dropped drastically to $313. It was as high as $350. I think you could see that $350 mark again once the season gets going, preseason gets going. But you're gonna at very least break even on a PSA 9. And a PSA 10, the last sale was $900.
Wow.
So I really like the margin on this. It's one of my favorite plays that I'm going to do to here today, just because you're talking, you can 5X your investment on a PSA 10, and it's got a 21% gem rate.
I have a harder time with the uptowns than the downtowns on grading. Like, I looked at like a dozen Jackson darts and picked one that I thought looked the best and got a freaking 8 on it.
And I've had the opposite. I'm running almost 90% gem rates on my uptowns in the last 60 days. The uptowns for me seem to be really easy to gem. Maybe I just have been lucky and had a good grader, but the downtowns have been a lot of 9s. The uptowns have almost all been 10s. All right, now Joe Burrow, 2025 Joe Burrow Uptown, 219, 71 sales in the last 30 days. 220 is the 30-day average, so it's staying pretty consistent. I really think Burrow, with the weapons that he got in the offensive line, you could see his stuff, all of his stuff, jump hard here at the beginning of the season, because they're used to starting off 0-3, 0-4, and then struggling to make the playoffs. If Burrow gets out of the gate 2-0, 3-0, watch out for what his cards can do. I think he's one of my most sought after investments here going into this year. PSA 9, you can see, is $335. So again, you're making a little bit on a PSA 9. PSA 10 is $660. So you're going to triple your money on a PSA 10.
I agree with you on Burrow. I think that he's going to come out swinging. They're going to win some games.
Yeah, I really like the potential of what he brings to the table this year. Especially early on. Buy early, sell early. Maybe hang on to 1 or 2 for a late season run. But he starts off hot. His stuff is going to go to the moon. All right. We got 2 plays left. We got a Ashton Jeanty Uptown. I did real well on this play here. I got a PSA 10 on this, and I sold this back to PSA through their offers, which was I bought it for $175 with grading fees. I had just under $300 in it, and I got $615 from PSA. So I doubled my money. But 2 $200 is what this card is. 62 sales in the last 30 days. $211 is the 30-day average. You can see on a PSA 9, PSA 9's 325, so you're going to break even, maybe make a small profit on a PSA 9, but you're going to double to triple your money on a PSA 10. Recent one was 615. Matter of fact, that 615 sale on the 15th or 13th, that's probably my sale back to PSA, because it was about that time that I sold that card back to them. So I believe I have one more play to share. Yep, one more play to share here. This is Trevor Lawrence. This is a downtown 2021, and this is a rookie. So raw $899, so $900 for a raw card. 3 sales, the average is about $700. So this last sale was really up. But even at $900, it's still going to show that you can make money on this play. You're at 1,050 on a PSA 9. So you're about a break even on a PSA 9. You're going to double your money. 1,750 is a PSA 10. So you're going to double your money. But Lawrence is another player that I think they put some nice weapons around him this year. I think you could see the Jaguars take another step forward.
I agree with you too.
I think you could see Lawrence cards take another leap again this year like they did last year. So that's a few plays that you can target when you go to the National. Some cards you can put in your hand and use that $90 grading fee or $80 grading fee and still do a little bit of grading while you're waiting for bulk to open back up.
And the word on the street, and this worked for me last year, is that when you drop it off to them directly before you leave the National, I got the best grades ever. When I waited in line at PSA and just dropped off the cards I wanted to grade and went home, I had awesome grades on. It's like they sent those straight to the happiest person that they had. You know?
Well, see the way that the National works, if you stand in line, typically they bring their most seasoned graders there. So you're getting a very valid grade. You're not getting some rookie that's, I'm not so sure I'm going to put down a 9 because I don't want to give them a 10. It might hurt my rating early on.
I wasn't paying for on site. They just took it all back to California with them.
Oh,
I got it.
You didn't wait for it. I thought you were saying that you waited.
No, I just dropped off the bulk orders, and
nice.
And they took it back.
Maybe they sent it to the people that were the happiest for you then.
Yeah, I got an Erling Haaland auto that got a 9, but it's a thick patch card, and it's the only 9 in existence. That I bought off a guy at the VIP room for $150, and I'm like, I think I'm going to keep that thing because he's one of my favorites now.
Yeah. All right. Well, as promised, I said this was going to be a quicker show today. Just wanted to let everybody know that Bo and I are still doing cards. It's just it might be another month before you see us back online again with everything going on. But appreciate you guys watching. And if you're at the National and want to meet up, just shoot me a message and we'll do our best to hook up with the National. So any parting words there, Bo?
No, go out and be prosperous.
All right. Be like Bo.